And spawning in the top right-hand corner. Top right-hand corner here of Tourmaline, we have the Brazilian Terran player. We have the yellow Terran. Oh, it is INexorable. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Ukrainian Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Hokago T-Team. It is MiniZerg. MiniZergUA. Here we go again. Teammates with Hacker Stuff. True, true. They are teammates. They're both anime enjoyers. Shaking my head. Every time. Este Hokago T-Team. They're a team full of VTubers, anime enjoyers, and panty enjoyers as well. God damn it. These goddamn weeps. As we're settling into our best of 5, we're settling in. From here, INexorable is the more veteran player, of course. He is still an up-and-comer. True, true, especially from the Latin American region. Nowadays, INexorable, he has proven himself to be one of the best players in Latino America. Top 3 alongside Master and alongside Eric when it comes to Brazilian players and Brazilian performers. INexorable, he is also one that did rise through the ranks over the past couple of years. If you remember, he kind of was taken under the wing of Vindicta and Future. So he was being coached by them, was being kind of built up by them. This was what, like in 2022, 2023, 2022-ish era of StarCraft. Relatively recently. And INexorable, he shot up into GM, he shot up into the semi-pro scene, and has still been slowly kind of working his way through that. Meanwhile, Double Gas opener out of INexorable, going for a faster factory against a Zerg. Wait, what? One base all in? What? Wait, homeowner's not playing anymore. What's going on? If you're in the chat, predictions. It's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Meanwhile, I'm a little bit in shock here just because double gas openers are never seen against Zerg. He's going for a one base all in. He's going to catch out the first Overlord. Yeah, MiniZerg, he will scout nothing. He'll see nothing. He'll know nothing. As it's going to be zoned away. And again, we have our one base 1-1-1. From here, we can even do something crazy like go like one base BC or something crazy like that. Factory's floating. INexorable, he wants that Overlord. He wants him. He's going to get him. MiniZerg going for a hatch gas spool into a third. Standard build so far. The MiniZerg, he has no idea what's going on, but he sees the floating factory. That's a tell. Like, there should not be a factory this early in the game. So something is wrong. Something is clearly wrong here. MiniZerg alarm should be blaring. They should be flaring here. So now that he saw the factory, he now in his mind knows that there's a high chance of one base all in. As we assumed, yep, one base all in, one base BC. One base BC here by INexorable. In MiniZerg's mind, this could be, I was gonna say it could be one base like Hellbat, but the factory was floating. Like, the factory floating confirms that it's not gonna be Hellbats. So in MiniZerg's mind, BCs should be at the forefront. It could be BC, it could be Banshee. It could be like a weird like one base 2-on-1. But we need queens. More than anything, we need queens. Drop is coming. As INexorable, he does attempt to boost across the map. Catching out the Overlord. Catching out the Overlord. Ideally wants to pick off some of the queens. Does give chase. Wouldn't mind does set up. Getting into the middle line. Drones are going to go down. Coming for some friendly fire. Gets a queen. One queen goes down. Does not borrow that Widow Mine. Nice control here by INexorable. Nice control. Goes to the queen. Oof. And won't quite get it. Yeah, won't quite get it. INexorable going to be forced back. He does kill 5 drones and a queen though. And here comes the BC. Here comes that battle cruiser. How many queens are left? 4. Soon to be 7. 7 queens. That should be enough. Assuming they have transfuse. Assuming they are injecting quite heavily. A lot of injects. MiniZerg does find the Marines. Here comes a teleport. Here comes a BC. Oh no, the low HP Queen. No. Yeah, the Queen is going to go down. Lings, they get shut down as well. The boys are being pulled. And the all-in has arrived. The all-in has arrived. The Queen goes down, so there's a mineral line. We have 6 Queens left. Oh, the BC needs support. He cannot fight the Queens on his own. The BC does need support, and there's no transfuse energy. Yeah, that's what I was concerned by. There's no energy for transfuse. The boys are here to repair. Does get a Queen. Gets 1. Ooh, he gets 2. There's 3 left. There's 3 left. 3 Queens left. Oh, there's 1 transfuse. He lands 1. Oof. But all the Queens are going to go down. Yeah, he's going to get every single Queen. The BC, barely. 1 Queen remaining at the same time. Leaves here for the counterattack. They get across the map. Final Queen goes down. 0 mining in the natural. Now, you saw what 1 BC could do. What about 2 BCs? Oh, that's a late second BC. That's a very late second BC. It only just now began. Uh-oh. Jesus. Yeah, BC does teleport back home in time. Teleports into the vent. Banelings are rolling in. MiniZerg with the counter rolling. Can he Bane Bust? Can he break through? He's trying. Yeah, he's getting into the mineral line, and INexorable does pull away. Barely pulls away. So far saving the SCVs. There's still 2 Banelings chasing. Uh-oh. No, they're stacking! No! Oh my god. They stack. Massive connection. And with that, MiniZerg, he's done it. He's done it. He breaks on through 15 dead SCVs. 17 SCVs go down. And INexorable, who's so close. He's so close to breaking MiniZerg, but he's failed to do so. MiniZerg, he has a 30 drones back at home, a 2 base economy. He's fine, Babby. He's fine. There are now 2 battlecruisers, true. There's 2 BCs against... Oh, only 4... Oh, there's only 4 Queens. There's only 4 Queens, Pat. 2 BCs can kill. Here comes the Yamato, gets 1. 1 Queen goes down, there's no transfuse. 2nd Queen goes down, there's 2 Queens left. There's 1 transfuse available. Yada. Down to 1 Queen. INexorable can still win this. He's got 12 SCVs, but he can still win this game. The BCs. Here comes the 2nd teleport. And remember, he has the Yamato. He can Yamato the Queen. Yamato on the Spore. Yamato's the Spore, takes down the Queen, takes over the natural. MiniZerg with the counterattack. Back at home, there is no wall. Ooh, there is no wall. Lings, they slip into the bases. Remember, these BCs, they teleported across the map. They cannot teleport back home. Yeah, boys are being pulled. There's 1 Marine to defend. Heavy losses for INexorable. BC's getting... Oh, can he get it? Oh no, can he get the BC? The flanking Queen. The Queen is coming in. Oh my god. The BCs are so low. The Queen goes down. The Queen falls. We have 1 drone mining here on the right-hand side. We have 9 drones in the main. Lings, they keep flooding in. Teleport's about to be available though. Yeah, the teleport is about to be available. Yo, clutch medevac. Saves the SCVs. There's a teleport back home. Okay, teleports will clean this up. He will clean up all these Lings. And we have mules. Mules are pretty good. Okay. Okay, we got 7 SCVs. We got 1 mule against 17 drones. And MiniZerg, he's redroning. He's redroning. Another SCV goes down. Up, gets another. 2 SCV kills. Okay. Now, the scary thing here is that there are still 2 battlecruisers, but it takes some time to heal them up. It's going to take some time. How many Queens can MiniZerg make in that time? Because if he fails to build up his Queen count, then he can just teleport across the map, Yamato the Queens, and then do it all again. Remember, he has Yamato. That's the scary thing about these BCs. 2 BCs, they have endless possibilities, and there are 0 Queens. No, shot. There's 0 Queens at the moment. There's about to be 2. That's not enough. I think INexorable wins. Unironically, I think he wins. Like, he gets across the map, Yamato's both Queens. There's 2 spores. Sorry, there's 3 spores. But he can Yamato the spores as well, right? It'd be wiser to Yamato the spores. Yeah, here he comes. Again, there's only 2 queens. Takes out one of the spores. Remember, he has 2 Yamatos. He has 2 Yamatos available. Here they come. He's going for the spore, going for the queen. And yeah, he's on it. Like, again, there's just not enough anti-air. There's nothing. There's 1 queen. There's 1 queen and 3 spores. He can defend the main. Nah, there's a position here. Yeah, the spore's out of range. 2 BCs, baby. They're gonna kill the lair. Oh, they do come too close to the sun, though. Yeah, miscontrol. Miscontrol of the BCs, taking a lot of damage, more than they should have. But the lair will go down. And honestly, he can kill every base. He can kill every expansion. There's a Spire on the way to make a couple of Corruptors. Lings, his defense is back at home. Yeah, he's done it. INexorable. He's done it, back. And he will kill every expansion. Again, with the Spire, he can make a couple of Corruptors, but the reality is that INexorable has an economy. GG gets called, and INexorable takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Oh my god. GG, well played, baby. Aye, aye, aye. Very close, very clutch, very intense game here. For a while, it could have gone either way. MiniZerg, he did a great job counterattacking, right? Like when it came to his Lingbane counterattack, he was crippling the economy, and INexorable, he went down to 9 SCVs at one point. Almost 7, I want to say. Went down to at least 9 SCVs. So again, MiniZerg, he was doing a lot of counter damage, but unfortunately, he was losing queens, right? At the most, he had 7 queens. He had 7 queens, and I thought that was going to be enough. 7 queens would be enough to defend against the BCs, but Yamato was a big factor. And more importantly, if you remember, when it came to the first defense, there was no transfuse. We did take note of the fact that MiniZerg, he was injecting quite heavily. There were no transfuse, so even though he had 7 queens, without any transfuse, he couldn't hold his own. He eventually lost every single queen. GG, well played. You could also argue that MiniZerg was maybe overconfident with his queens and should have fought with his spores, like should have been a little bit more conservative and respected the BC and pulled back with the queens and made sure he was always within range of the spore. I don't necessarily blame him for being overconfident. Again, 7 queens is a good amount, but he was picked apart. GG, well played. Whew. With that, we're getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into Ruby Rock. Let's go. Here we go, and spawning in the top left-hand corner here of Ruby Rock, we have the yellow Terran player, the yellow Terran himself. We have the Brazilian Terran. Oh, leading the series 1-0, it is INexorable. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner here, we have the Ukrainian Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Hokago T-Team. It is MiniZerg. Here we go. Let's go, baby, let's go. Your 1 base BC rush works at the highest level. I mean, we have seen Gumiho go... I was gonna say we've seen Gumiho go 1 base BC. We've seen Gumiho go 2 base BC. Like he's won games. We've seen Gumiho. We've seen who else? Quanta. True. Quanta. He's pulled off 2 base BC as well. Like it does work. At least those variations specifically. One BCC works at the highest level. It does. Yeah, sure. I see some people being quote-unquote highest level. I mean, as is being stated, like INexorable, he's like what, the top 1% of players? Like, unironically, you might be like, yo, he's not like Clem, he's not like Maru. It's like, true, he's still like, again, one of the best players in the world, comparatively to, of course, the rest of the populace. Kind of clown will scoff at that. Be like, huh. Would work against Hero, wouldn't work against Serral. It's like, sure, I guess. Like, what are you gonna do? Play against Serral in the ladder? What are you talking about? What are you? Aye. Clowns, baby, clowns. There we go. Here we go. That was pretty silly. Yeah. It was nonsense, man. It was nonsense. It was beautiful. There you go. Yeah, from here we do have this time a much more standard opener. Rax expand into hyper greed. Okay, INexorable going from one extreme to the other. Game 1, 1 base all in. Game 2, Rax into CC into a very fast third CC into a 3 CC 3 Rax. This is a TVP build. Okay. Hyper greed here by INexorable. Now, if MiniZerg would have scout, if he would have scout and recognize what's going on, going for a roach all in, going for a Bane Bust will kill. It will kill INexorable because of how greedy he's being. Because of this build, delay on the factory, delay on the Hellions, delay on the tanks, delay on even Stim, delay on the bio, because of how late the second Rax is. So again, this is just a hyper greedy build here by INexorable, and we'll see if MiniZerg can punish. If he fails to do so, then INexorable, he will snowball out of control in the mid game. With a faster third CC, that means faster 2 base saturation, because he's going to be making 3 SCVs at a time, extra mules, and faster 3 base saturation. So again, this is going to snowball out of control in the mid game. So hyper greed, the pressure's on MiniZerg. Currently, the Overlord is being zoned away. Marine is on patrol, and MiniZerg, he will fail to scout. Double eBay as well. Again, you do not get greedier than this. There was a game, if you remember, it was on Radiz's Station. Radiz's Station, it was Spirit versus Solar, where Spirit went 4 CC. He went 4 CC before Factory. So this is on the level. This is not as greedy, but Spirit, he has done one better than this, and Spirit did beat Solar. That was crazy, by the way. That was but Radiz's Station is different, right? Radiz's Station has a pocket third. So you could make an argument to be that greedy on Radiz's Station. Here, this is still wild though. It's still crazy. 3 CC before second Rax. So not quite as greedy as Spirit, but still but still crazy. I do want to say that I think we've seen like Maru mix this in. Yeah, Maru, he mixes in. It was Maru versus Solar. That would have been in Rongi Cup. That's it. So if you watch the Rongi Cup group stage, Maru actually did this build against Solar. It did not work. Solar did punish. Solar did Bane Bust. He did Bane Bust Maru and did punish him. That was maybe 2 weeks ago. Just under 2 weeks ago. Just under 2 weeks ago. I do recommend that if you missed it, Maru versus Solar in Rongi Cup. And Solar scouted and punished. Here, no scouts, right? Based on what MiniZerg has seen, he's seen Mass Marine. In MiniZerg mind, it could still be a 2-on-1, right? It could be a 2-on-1, it could be a 3cc 2-on-1, it could be a 3 Rax. Third base is now being taken, and MiniZerg, he has not confirmed. So behind this, MiniZerg, he's just droning, saturating. MiniZerg is playing standard, which means INexorable, he's gotten away with it. He's gotten away with his build. Very smart follow-up. He can deny the scout with the Marines and make minimizing MiniZerg paranoid about another cheese. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, based on what MiniZerg has seen when it came to the opener, with limited information, it could have been a 2-on-1. It could have been a 3cc 2-on-1. Like, in MiniZerg's mind, it shouldn't immediately go to like fast third base. So now INexorable is getting saturated. Once again, as you mentioned, once his third base gets up and running, that's when he can start to snowball ahead supply-wise. MiniZerg back at home, going into his own Lingbane Hydra. And yeah, he did go, went into delayed Evo Chambers as well. So there's going to be a big window here where INexorable also has an upgrade lead. 1-1 is done. 1-1 just now began for MiniZerg. As MiniZerg, he went for a faster lair into a faster Hydra Den. Interesting. This is also something that we've been seeing a little bit more of as of late, is fast Hydra Dens. Usually you do delay and skip your Baneliness though. So again, very fast Hydra Den, a more Hydra heavy composition. You can go one step further here and try to take up into fast Lurkers. But we'll keep an eye on MiniZerg. He's setting up Ling Rumbys. As INexorable moves out, MiniZerg can move in. And does hit the third. Oh no, actually trying to come in for a surround. Uh-oh. There we go, does rotate back around. INexorable's in position. Ooh, catching up two queens. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, two queens get caught. So Lings, they do flood into the natural. And they can potentially get some SCVs. Nice reaction here by INexorable, not losing a single Marine. I'm sorry, single SCV I meant to say. SCVs are saved. Up! Bailings, they don't quite connect. Yeah, no major connection in the center of the map. A nice thing run by. INexorable's out of position. Losing two SCVs. And INexorable, he does keep up. Losing two SCVs so far. 2-2 is on the horizon here. That's going to be the big timing here for the Terran. He's getting into 2-2. Is he A-Raxing? Oh my god. He is. Jesus. And he's going into an A-Rax. Yeah, A-Rax is a 3-base all-in. Essentially no gas. No gas here at the third. No second factory. 2-2, 12 Marines at a time. 3-base all-in. No add-ons here on the extra 3 Raxes. It's all or nothing for INexorable. It's an A-Rax off of a hyper greedy build. This hits so insanely hard. And we'll see if MiniZerg can survive this. We'll see if he can survive the all-in. Again, 12 Marines at a time. Now, of course, the downside of this build is because there are limited tech labs and because it's pure Marine production, there's no Marauders. There's no Marauders. Obviously, there's no tech. There's no extra gases. There's no Ghost Academy or anything like that. It means that if MiniZerg were to survive in towards Lurker tech, then he can shut this down. But here comes the Terran. Okay, here comes the Terran. Pushing through the center. Double drop is distracting. INexorable, he does start a 4th CC back at home, so he does have kind of a way out, but he still has no extra gases. Here he's trading well. Yeah, trades well, picks up, does lose one meta full of Marines. One drop left. And this is a nice setup here, but INexorable is not really threatening anything. He's denying creep, but he has to push into some of the bases. Speaking of, catching up the Bailings. The things that collapsing on the right-hand side. Not enough Bailings. Yeah, not enough Bailings. Only 2 Bailings left. No, yeah, no Bailings remaining here. The Hydras are exposed. Marines, they stem in. And MiniZerg, his supply crumbles. His supply does crumble. He has 0 Bailings left. INexorable, he can stem, and he can win. Again, A-Raxes, they hit so hard, especially with the boosted economy. And with that, he stims on 4. GG gets called, and INexorable takes a lead in the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, hyper greed from INexorable into a 3-base all-in with a boosted economy. So insanely powerful 8 racks there from INexorable. Unfortunately, MiniZerg, he was playing very blind. He was playing very blind. He was not aware of what was going on early on. And likewise, it looked like he hadn't confirmed the build and the follow-up of INexorable either. As again, we didn't have any further tech. We had a fast Hydrogen, which also does hurt. You need as much Ling Bane as possible. Investing that quickly, that heavily into Hydras doesn't really... it's kind of like you're building up into a later game. A later game that isn't going to exist. GG. GG, well played. Whew. And with that, INexorable, he is 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if MiniZerg can recover and bounce back. Once again, just touching on that build though, if MiniZerg were able to confirm the opener earlier on, then all-ins would kill the Terran. Like we saw that from Solar. As I mentioned, Maru versus Solar less than 2 weeks ago, same build out of Maru, but Solar scouted and Solar did punish, going for a Bane bust, was able to break Maru early on and just claim the series. Do recommend it. But a lot of it is based off of scouting, right? It's based off of what you're able to determine and confirm what's going on. But let's go. Let us go as we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of at 10,000 feet, we have the yellow Terran player. We have the yellow Terran. We have the Brazilian Terran leading the series 2-0. It is INexorable. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player. Sorry, the blue Zerg. The blue Zerg player himself, the Ukrainian Zerg representing Hokago T Team. It is MiniZerg. Here we go. See in chat, if MiniZerg turned all of his hedges into lurkers, even villain lurkers, I think they could help him keep him alive. Yes, as we mentioned during the cast, the downside of INexorable's kind of build, because it's an all-in, because INexorable's going for an all-in, it doesn't scale well into ultras or lurkers, depending on which one you tech towards, but you have to survive and you have to get there, and you have to have the wherewithal to know to get there as well. As I mentioned, I don't think MiniZerg was able to recognize just how committed and how all-in INexorable was, to be able to recognize that, you know, rushing into lurkers or rushing into that kind of setup would benefit him, right? He did have a fast Hydra Den, but as you saw, it was just for a heavy Hydra count early on, which doesn't really help. But here we go. Here we go. Yeah, it also doesn't help that that was on Ruby Rock. I should also emphasize that Ruby Rock is a smaller map, so these kind of all-ins and these Terran pushes hit very quickly. They hit even faster than, say, on Winter Madness or on White Rabbit, for example. There are other larger maps where you have more time to react and more time to respond. Less time on Ruby Rock. Less time. Similarly, welcome to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet is also one of the smaller maps in the map pool, shortest rush distance by ground compared to the other maps in the map pool as well. Aggression can be favored here. It's a bit of a give and take. I will say that the bases are close together. True, the bases are closer together here, so the bases are a little bit more defendable, but the rally does hit very hard. It does hit very fast. So you can reinforce across the map even faster than normal if INexorable were to go for the same build. So far, standard opener. Ranks expand, and we've seen something crazy out of INexorable every game so far. Game 1, he went for 1 base BC. Game 2, he went for a 3 CC after the first racks. He went for a hyper greedy build into an 8 racks. Game 3, this time, everything looks normal. Racks into factory. Okay. This is the most standard opener we've seen so far out of INexorable. And MiniZerg, he's had a hard time reacting. A hard time scouting, a hard time reacting, a hard time confirming what the hell the Terran's up to. I don't blame him. INexorable has been very chaotic. He's been very, very chaotic. We've yet to see a standard game. Here we have 3 CC before Starport. Economic opener. Standard economic opener here by INexorable. So far, so good. Once again, the Overlord Scout is going to be denied. So MiniZerg, he's going to be playing blind. And even though we can see that this is a standard build, MiniZerg has no idea. And after this series, like, like the mental status of MiniZerg, papi. Ay. Like, there's been a lot of twists and turns this series, and I don't envy MiniZerg. I don't envy him for being in this position. Like, man, this guy is crazy. Ay. Who is he? I wouldn't even be surprised if maybe this could even be the first time they're playing. Obviously, they're from different regions, like Ukraine, Brazil, different regions, different ladders. I do know that INexorable does ladder on Europe. He gets okay ping to the European server. I know a lot of Latin American players, they do ladder a little bit on EU. But yeah, I can't imagine they have too much history, especially because they're also from different eras, right? Like MiniZerg, he's more of a recent talent that's rising up. A rising star, if you will. INexorable, he was a rising star like 2 years ago. Like, there we go. Here we go. Reba does break in. Maybe a year ago. Maybe a year ago for INexorable. A year, 2 years. Ooh. Reba does get caught out. Behind this again, just 3 CC Banshee out of our Terran. This is as standard gets. Getting into a second and third ranks. They played 7 tournament matches. I'll say, oh, there you go. So they have that. They're somewhat familiar with each other. Somewhat. Played 7 games. What are they now? Collapsing star? You just called them a black hole? Oh no, Pappy, oh no. One is a rising star, the other, the star has risen, Pappy. The star has risen. Ah. La estrella. Este, Mr. Mintler. The sun is up, Pappy. The sun is up. So now, getting to Sim, getting to the bio. And after a chaotic series so far, again, we're just calming down, playing standard. Oh, Jesus. MiniZerg is making 24 more links behind this. A massive link flood here out of MiniZerg. Jesus. He's had enough. He's not going to take a line down. Not anymore. Back at him, what do we have to defend? We have some Marines in position at the third base. The natural is a little bit more exposed. Did we skip Hellion production, by the way? Am I crazy? Did skip Hellions. Oh, that was different. Yeah, no Hellions here, which means that INexorable, as he moves out, there's not actually much at home to defend. So this was a bit of a more unique variation, as he did keep the reactor on the Marines, on the racks, I should say. Does move out. Again, we have so many Lings here. On the one hand, it's a little Ling, so he's going to be okay. On the other hand, I mean, this could have been drones, so we have to make use of this army. Marines move out. No medevacs. It's a Beyond push. Okay. It's a Beyond move out, and INexorable, he's going to lose everything. He's going to lose everything here. He tries to stim forward. This is pre-stim. Stim is not even done. Lings, they collapse on the army. They hit across the map. They get into the mineral line. Everything's on fire. INexorable gets surrounded, and Stim finishes after the fight. After the engage. INexorable, he was premature. He was premature, Pappy. GG gets called, and MiniZerg takes game number 3. We have a series. We have a series. We have a back and forth. GG, well played. Again, INexorable, a really interesting build. Once again, winding it back, he did have a slight variation here. He kept the reactor on the racks, didn't add on swaps or extra Marine production, and his goal was to be hyper aggressive, of course, was to hit with Stim, but he hit 10 seconds before Stim, and of course he hit without any medevacs, so he got surrounded. MiniZerg, he already was massing up Lings. He got a full surround, a collapse on the army, counterattacked as well. That was game. That was game. So an anti-timing out of INexorable, and with that, we have a series. We have a series. MiniZerg, can he take another game? Can he force the ace match? Let's go. As we are loading into game 4, we're going to be loading into White Rabbit. So he's almost 18 months older. There you go. There you go. Old man. Smurge. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the yellow Terran player. We have the yellow Terran player himself. The Brazilian Terran. Oh, the Brazilian Terran leading the series 2-1. And 1 game away from claiming the series. It is INexorable. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Zerg player. The blue Zerg player himself representing Hokage T-Team. It is MiniZerg. Land of Ukraine. Let's go. As INexorable, he does move out across the map. He does proxy his 2 racks. 2 racks proxy, 2 racks set up here by a proxy 2 racks out of INexorable. No gases back at home. It's going to be a 2 racks bunker rush out of our Terran player, and we'll see how MiniZerg reacts. Now, thankfully, he's keeping a second overlord outside of the natural. This second overlord will spot the bunkers. Will spot the bunkers as they come in, as they move forward. Hold on. Do you have a gas on the way? Interesting. Racks are going to be finishing. So far, hatch gas pool, standard opener out of MiniZerg. The overlord across the map should confirm somewhat of what's going on. Marines are coming. Marines are amassing. We do have our quote-unquote SCV scouts making everything look normal. Marines are building up. And the question becomes, does INexorable finish his bunker, right? Can he finish up his bunker within range of the hatchery? If he can, then he can snowball out of control. Likewise, we'll see how MiniZerg reacts. Bunkers all the way. Throws down his bunkers. Throws down 3 bunkers even. The boys are being pulled. Can MiniZerg deny this? Can they shut down those bunkers? As we have 4 bunkers on the way. Yeah, throws down a 4th bunker. Does fully wall off. Overlord is going to be hunted down, but bunkers are being cancelled. He gets 1, he gets 2. He does get 2 bunkers coming in for the surround. INexorable, he will get surrounded. Yeah, there's no way out of this. He tries to stutter step. 1 Marine gets caught out. Does catch a couple of drones, but oh no! Yeah, it does get surrounded with that MiniZerg. He should be able to hold on. The bunkers, they will not finish. Lings are out, and the proxy is completely shut down. Yeah, we're going to the ace match. Yeah, the proxy fails. We see INexorable. He does turn back around. He's racing home with the SCVs. Oh. He does race home. He's trading as best he can. Wing speed is on the way. And INexorable's in a rough position. Of course, he has to expand. It's going to be a very late CC by INexorable. MiniZerg, he's already joining up. INexorable, he might turn this into a different all-in, potentially. He's going to get a CC, though. Yeah, he's going to expand. Oof. Very late CC for the Terran. And MiniZerg takes the lead. I mean, the drone count is still quite comparable, but from here, MiniZerg can just drone. He can just drone up. He's making 10 more lings. Wait, what? Yeah, a little bit indecisive. He does cancel the Zerglings, so a little bit of a misread here, and that does waste a lot of larva. That could have been more drones. So a little bit shaky. But it looks like MiniZerg, he was a little bit afraid that INexorable was going to commit. So he made a massive wave of lings, had to cancel everything, now has to re-drone. So a little bit shaky. A little bit messy. Okay. Oh, the deja vu, papi. Oh, no. We're going for the BC. Fusion Core's on the way. We're going into BC production, technically off of 2 bases. We've been here before. Now, thankfully, because the early game has been in favor of MiniZerg, technically this is a late BC compared to last time, right? It's like delayed, like 1 base BC production. MiniZerg, he does have a better economy. He should be able to build up a higher queen count. This should be a cleaner defense out of MiniZerg, but he's going for the Bane bust. Early Bailey Nest. Ooh, okay. MiniZerg, he's not macroing. He's not going to macro. He's going to go for the Bane bust. This is a big risk, a big gamble. There are Hellions to defend. He doesn't have to gamble like this, but he's going for it. He's going all in. So MiniZerg, he's forcing himself all in here. Going for the bust. Rallying across the map. And if he fails to kill, that's going to be game. Like he because of this, his queen count is going to be lower. He delayed his 3rd and 4th queen. So delayed queen production. Shows the Bailings. Oh, now we're going further in. Okay. Can he get this around? Up! Does come in. Does look down to the Hellions. Very nice. Yeah, Hellions are surrounded. Takes control of the natural. Bailings are now morphing in. INexorable, he'll lose 1. He'll lose up to 2 SCVs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's, oh my god, so much damage is being dealt here. Again, Hellions, they were out of position. They're going to get surrounded as well. And MiniZerg, he's here to kill. He's here to kill. Send it, Batty, send it. You can do it. You can knock down the wall. Knock it down, Batty. BC is on the way. MiniZerg, he breaks in. Yeah, he breaks down the front door, but there's a second wall behind this. BC teleports across the map. We have 4 queens. Okay, there are 4 queens. No spore. 4 queens. There's 1 transfuse. Yeah, clutch transfuse. Saves the first queen a little bit longer. Pulls back. Wings, they're being left idle. Ooh, 1 queen goes down. Yeah, this BC can kill the queens. Yeah, he's going to kill every queen. Ay, ay, ay. All 4 queens will fall. Thankfully, there is a spore. Spores are in position. And we're soon getting it to 7 queens. Again, making 3 queens at a time. No, losing 1. Does lose 1 of the queens. BC so far has 7 kills. Yeah, 7 kills on the BC. Yamato's on the way, 2nd BC as well. But again, I feel like we should be able to mass up more queens and get extra spores. Like, the one thing concerns me is there's only 1 spore in each base. Get a 2nd spore, right? Like, at this point, it's worth it. Like, the Terran's on 1 base. Bailey's they flood in. Yeah, he breaks through. He busts on through. Bailey's they make their way into the mineral line. And BC teleports back home. And we're going to the ace match. We're going to the ace match here. No way that INexorable brings this back. Not this time. No shot. Does save the workers. 19 SCVs plus mules. True. These are mules. Now he's up to 2 battle cruisers. How many queens? 7. And transfuse. Like, look at all this energy. Queens should not be dying. Maybe this one. Nah, not even. It does transfuse, keeps the queens alive. MiniZerg, he's ready for this. Now, there is going to be a big power spike soon for INexorable. That is Yamato, right? Yamato is going to be a big power spike for the Terran. Sure, true. Oh! Within range of the Spore, taking a lot of hits. Taking a lot of damage. Oh, as we have a Spire on the way. Second Spore protecting the Spire. Second Spore here at the 3rd base. And second Spore in the main. Let's go. 2 spores per base. 3 spores in the natural even as well. Yeah, he's fine. It's perfectly fine. Yamato is not done. True, true. Yamato is done. And where are the Yamatos? Oh. The Yamato's a little bit late. Does get 1, 2, 3 queens. 3, 4, 5. Oh god, 5 queens go down. Jesus. And 5 queens before one of the BCs is called out. Massive pickup, gets a BC. And again, MiniZerg is holding on. Lost 5 queens, but GG, well played. And we are going to the ace match. Whew, GG. We're going to game 5, Pappy. This time we do not have a repeat of game 1. There's no crazy comeback with the battle cruisers. This time, as we mentioned, MiniZerg, he had a greater economy, he had a higher queen count, he had transfuse more importantly as well. And with that, we're going to game 5. We're going all the way to game 5. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the Brazilian Terran player. We have the yellow Terran. Whew, he was up 2-0, by the way. He was up 2-0, but now he's being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is INexorable. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. Bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player. With the blue Zerg player, we have the Ukrainian Zerg representing Hokago T team. 1 game away from pulling off the reverse sweep. It is MiniZerg. Let's go. Let us go. Oh my god. Ooh, did he get the BC? The first BC did end up dying, yes, yes. Did get the battle cruiser. But here we go. So many queens. I want to say he had like 15 queens at the end there. It was crazy. He had more than 10 for sure. More than 10. But now we're settling into game 5. We're going to be loading into Winter Madness. Winter Madness is one of the larger maps. The map pool, larger map, longer rush distance by ground, and our eyes are on the Terran once again. As we mentioned before, for the most part, MiniZerg has been reacting to his opponents. We did see on 10,000 feet MiniZerg be the aggressor. True, both of them were the aggressor, to be fair. But MiniZerg, he was in the face of INexorable. He was able to shut him down. What do we have this time? No proxy. No proxy. The Raxes are back at home. Just a standard Rax expand single gas opener. Everything's looking normal so far. Yeah. Ooh. I don't think he had more than 10 left after losing 5 queens. No, I mean in total before the 5 queens died. Like, he did lose 5 queens, but like to have that many queens left over, like... So like initially, like before he lost those 5 queens. Everything together. Oh my god, speaking of crazy builds though, we are going for something crazy once again. We do have a Rax expand standard opener into a 4-Rax 2 base all-in. 2 base all-in, heavy stim timing here out of INexorable. This is gonna hit with stim. Combat shields, this will hit without medevac, so no medevac support. Every stim counts, every stim will hurt, and we'll see if MiniZerg can scout, because once again the Overlord scout is denied every game so far. MiniZerg, he just wants to scout. He just wants to scout, baby. Ay, ay, ay. But as the Overlord is going to be zoned away, and MiniZerg is playing blind, which is scary. This is scary. This is terrifying. He needs to confirm what's going on, and it's difficult because we've seen so much variety out of INexorable so far in this series. If you remember, we spoke about this on Ruby Rock. We spoke about how on Ruby Rock, MiniZerg, he scouted only Marines, and it could have been a 2-on-1, a 3CC 2-on-1, 3-Rax, 4-Rax. There was no way for him to really confirm what was going on. It's similar here. On Ruby Rock, it was hyper greed. Here, it's hyper aggression. So it's going to be on a Zerg player. It's less about scouting, because honestly, MiniZerg cannot scout. Like, there's no way. There's no way for him to scout this. But what he can do is play safe, right? Because he doesn't know what's going on, it's a risk you take, because playing safe does mean that an opponent can get away with a greedy build. But, you know, going for an early Urbaniness, going for an early Evo Chamber, not going fast lair, we'll see. Not going double Evo Chamber, true. Ling pokes in, and MiniZerg, he will scout Marines, but again, that's what he sees. He does spot a handful of Marines. He's throwing down a wall of spores. Is going Bailey Nest first? We'll see if this works out. An early Bailey Nest like this will defend against like a Hellbat push. So if this was like a 2-on-1 Hellbat push, then MiniZerg would be okay against that. Against a 4-Rax, we'll see. I'm a little bit concerned because I feel like the slow Banes are just going to be focused down. Yeah, we pull the voice. Let's go. 2 base all in. INexorable, he pulls the voice. He sees. Yeah, Ling does scout, does confirm. MiniZerg, he knows. He pulls back all the queens. Give up on the third. Give up on the third base. All the queens are consolidated. He's getting ready for what's to come. No spines, though. 22 Lings are on the way. But is it too late? Is it too late, Bat? Bailings will help here. They'll help when it comes to shutting down the SCVs, at least. As Bailings are morphing in, the boys have arrived. INexorable, he has to hit the natural. He needs to hit that natural base. Bailings are done in time. And they waddle in. They waddle in. They crash into the SCVs. Workers go down, but a nice spread here with the Marines, and it looks like it's too much. Yeah, too many Marines, too much bio. He stims, and he wins. He breaks through the Lings. Breaks through the Bailings. Now he wants the Queens. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. 3 Queens go down. And there's just too much man with gun. Too much man with gun back. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Zingo, he knocks down every single Queen. All 6 queens will go down. I say that the boys are being pulled. Can we hold on? Can he hold? Surrounds the Marines. Down to 1 queen. 1 queen left. MiniZerg, he barely does hold on. It was close. It was clutch. He barely does survive. And INexorable, that was it. That's all he had. He's down to 18 SCVs. He has 1 more wave. He has 1 more wave, but MiniZerg, he has a greater economy. He did lose the Bailey Nest, true. Bailey Nest did go down. So it's purely a Ling defense, but I feel like he's held. Just pump out Lings. Gather the Queens. There's how many Marines? There's 16. Soon to be 21. 21 Marines. Oh, let's go! As he should be pulling the boys for the 2nd time. Let's go. The boys are being pulled. Remember, the Bailey Nest is not ready. These SCVs, they can do an amazing job tanking. He needs Bailings. We need Bailings as quickly as possible. Bailey Nest is done. Here we go. We have 8 Bailings morphing in. If they finish, MiniZerg, he can hold. There's a scan. INexorable, can he deny these banelings? He's stepping in. He's pushing forward. The banelings will finish just in time. One baneling is denied. There's what, 7? 8. There's 8 banelings left. 8 banelings remaining. The boys are here. Nice target firing. Does focus on the banelings. No, it's going to be close. The lings. Yeah, barely enough. Lings, they get a full surround. Marines, they trickle in, but GG gets called. INexorable, he taps out, and MiniZerg, he pulls off the reverse sweep. 3-2. GG. Hi. GG, well played. Congratulations, MiniZerg. He holds, he survives a very clutch defense. Imagine if that baneliness was late. Imagine if it was like 10, 20 seconds later. I mean, that would have been game. Like, those banelings were crucial in that defense, barely finishing up in time after he got focused down. And with that, MiniZerg, he holds, he defends, he survives, he pulls off that reverse sweep. GG, well played. Crazy series, chaotic series as well. INexorable, he's an animal. He played standard, somewhat standard once on 10,000 feet, and even then it was not a standard build, just because he went for reacted marine production into that early stim timing. So crazy builds out of INexorable. MiniZerg, he's able to slowly eventually adapt, eventually get accustomed to INexorable throughout the series. GG, baby, GG.